Hi everyone, I'm Sarah. My husband and I just recently were able to potty train our first kid, and I wanted to make a video about how we went about doing that to help other people that were in the same position I was and were terrified to do it. But before we go into that, into the more step-by-step process, I thought I would make this video on just the products and explain why I used all of them, and so you can decide what you want to get and go from there. There are only 5 things that I think are absolutely essential for you to potty train. Obviously, there's many opinions about this, but these are the ones that I think were essential, and I definitely am not the kind of person that wants to spend money on things that I do not need. The first thing that I think is absolutely essential for you to start is to get a pack of underwear that your kid is gonna like. I made a mistake to buy it a little bit too small, so I would say go a size up because they do grow pretty fast and you don't want the underwear to be snug when you're trying to pull it down. So the one that I got a bluey set for my daughter, and I knew that she'd be completely ecstatic about it. She'd be so happy and she would want to wear it eventually. So I encourage you to get a pack of underwear that your kid's gonna like a lot. She had already showed signs that she was ready, like she was interested in the bathroom. She would come to the bathroom with me and, you know, kind of understanding what the process was, what you do in there. So the underwear was a natural next step, and she would understand that that was sort of a step up from a diaper. When I got it, I didn't expect her to be so excited about it. I thought it was just like, let's see how she does, and it turned out that she was super excited, and if I hadn't been so scared, I probably should have started right then. But I just let her get more acclimated, and then we got our potties and let her get used to those and kind of sort of play with them. I have a potty that looks like an actual toilet that like you can flush and it makes a sound and everything, that my mother handed out to me because I'm 27. My youngest sibling is 7, so she still had a lot of stuff when I had a baby, so I was able to get that, and it was more money than I would have spent on a potty, but it was nice to have. I didn't want to bring it to the video because it's pretty bulky, but I'll have a picture of it. But it was definitely fun for her, and she felt like it was a toy, so it was nice to get her used to it and to see the similarities between that and a real toilet. We also got these little potties from IKEA, which are named Lila. I don't know if you can see that. But these cost like $6. So I got a couple of these so that they can be in different areas of the house, and she would have more time to run to it and she would make it. So I had one in the basement where I was working, and in other areas of the house, and then the nice potty closest to her room. But this was nice to sort of have everywhere, and at $6 it wasn't all that much of an investment. And I also was able to take it to my mom's house whenever she's staying there for an extended period of time to have her be more comfortable trying to go there. It is pretty easy to clean. As you can see, it's just a piece of plastic, so it's been very handy. The next thing that I think is an absolute essential are pull-ups, and that sort of goes without saying, but they were absolutely essential for us because they're sort of a half step between a regular diaper, a baby diaper, and an underwear. So because it can get pulled up and down, it's nice for them to practice to pull it down and up. As much as I think my daughter could handle napping without a diaper, I like to put it on whenever she goes to sleep so I don't have to worry about having to clean up a mess if she does have an accident when she's asleep. Although I would be careful about having them wear it for a long time, because my daughter, whenever I would let her be on a pull-up for an extended period of time, she would just go on the diaper just because it was a hassle to make it to the bathroom. So whenever she, like as soon as she's awake, first thing she does is go potty, and we put some underwear. My daughter is still pretty young, so she's not fully potty trained for nighttime, but a lot of the time she'll wake up and her pull-up is dry, and she's real excited when it's dry and it's clean. So it's a nice thing to have on hand so you don't have to worry about it, but eventually it will be pretty natural for them to stay dry during the night, because it just sort of happens if they go right before they go sleep and they don't have much liquid at night. The next thing that I would consider really essential for us was to get a really nice toilet seat. use it, as I mentioned before, we did start potty training on potties, but it got old fast to have to clean that all the time. And my daughter wanted to help and pour it in the toilet herself, and that just made a mess. So as much as I like to encourage her to do that, I didn't want to have to deal with it so much. So I got this this toilet seat, this little number right here. So it has like steps, and this part obviously sits on the toilet, and it's pretty fun looking. You know, it's got these handles and she can hold on to them, and it doesn't look so intimidating compared to going to the toilet where they can fall in, and that would be scary for just anyone. So this was really nice because she was super excited. She wanted to go on the bear. So I got one to see if she would do well with it, and it turned out that she was like, she loved it. She didn't want to go in the potty anymore. So we started using this on the actual toilet, and that was such a relief for us, so that we didn't have to clean the potties all the time. Obviously, every kid's gonna be different, but I think this was amazing because she can just run there and she can get on it by herself, and it's not a huge deal. She'll just call us when she needs us. She needs our help to clean her up and stuff. So it's really nice. I think this is totally worth it. I bought one just to test it out, to see if it was gonna work. It cost like $30. And then once I saw that she really liked it, then I got a second one for the 2 main floors in our house so that she could make it to the bathroom, and I totally think it was worth it. I also take this to my mom's house whenever she stays there for like a long period of time, just because in that way she's way more independent in going, and she can just go whenever she feels that she needs to, and she doesn't have to ask anybody to take her. The last item that I consider to be absolutely indispensable is a portable toilet seat. And this was a gift that we got, so I don't know how much it cost, but it couldn't cost very much. I will have a link for every item down below, and I'll find one for this one in case you want to get it. But this is what it looks like. So it comes in this little pouch, so it's really nice to stuck it anywhere you need to go. But obviously this will sit on a toilet whenever you're out anywhere. And it's scary enough for them to go whenever you're out, and having them sit on those toilets that are so huge and they flush on their own can be so scary. So having something like this can help them feel more confident, more comfortable whenever they need to go when they're out of the house. I was super scared to start taking her out of the house for long periods of time without a pull-up. So this was really nice because she always says she wants to use the kitty. She's excited about it. But I would say, like, since this was a gift, I couldn't choose it, obviously. But if I were to buy it again, I would buy a bigger one, just because this doesn't cover as much of the toilet as I would have liked. But I can still use it. I don't use it very much because I try to have her go before we leave the house, and that's usually plenty of time because we're not out for that long anyway. But it's important to have something so that they can go when they're out. It's also very compact, so it's nice to be able to put it in any bag, really. I also keep this in the trunk of our car, and you can get some puppy pads to cover the bottom of it just so there's no messes, but they should be able to go in the trunk if it's an emergency. So I like to keep this on hand just in case. So anyway, these are the items that I think are essentials for potty training your toddler. You can add and subtract from that list as you see fit. Obviously, there's plenty of people who will, recommend reward systems and charts and stickers and treats and anything like that. I didn't use much of it just because for our daughter, just celebrating her successes was plenty to keep her going. She was plenty ready to do it, but you can look into that and add that to your list as you see fit. As I mentioned, the next video will be a step-by-step process of what we actually did to get her potty trained, so stay tuned for that. If this video was helpful to you, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. I'll see you next time.